All right, guys. So, working on the front of this car. If you guys saw my other video where I wasn't too happy because of what happened with the back brakes on this thing, well, the stupidity continues. Let's just put it that way. So let me show you what I figured out on this and what else I found out that's a problem with this car. All right, let's go. Turn around here and we'll take a look. All right, where's that at? Let's see. Hold on a second, I'm trying to find something here. Oh, dang it. Oh, there it is. So working on the front of this thing, on the brakes, I happen to notice that this idler arm has a hole in it. And that hole is supposed to have one of these in it. And it does not. So whoever put the idler arm on didn't bother to put the grease zerk in it. So it's been getting water and dirt and everything else in there. It's never even been lubricated. So they're too lazy to put the grease zerk in it and grease it. So I will put a grease zerk in it and I will grease it. And then the other problem I found was, if you remember, on the driver's side back brake, the adjuster was wrong. It said R, had an R on it, which was the right side, which it should have been on this side, on the passenger side. Well, guess what? When I took the passenger side front brake apart, that adjuster was also wrong. It had an L on it, and it should have been the left side. So what happened is, whoever worked on this car and put the brakes on it, apparently they put all the brakes on at the same time, because if you look at these adjusters, they're identical. And what they did is they put the left front adjuster, or I'm sorry, the right front adjuster on the left rear, and they put the left rear adjuster on the right front. So this car actually had two brake adjusters that were in there wrong, and as you drove the car, the little arm that turns the adjuster to tighten, to keep the shoes up against the drum, was actually turning the opposite direction. It was loosening them. It was getting them further away from the drum. So the further this car would have been driven with the brake drums on it, the worse the brakes would have gotten, until after a while you wouldn't even have hardly any brake pedal at all, because your brake pedal would have to go down so far to push the drum brakes out in the front, the right front and the left rear, that it wouldn't even work. You know, I mean, this is just an accident waiting to happen. And it's all because of stupidity. It's all because of someone who doesn't know an R from an L. And so these are wrong. And hold on a second. You know, they didn't bother to take, I mean, the thing is when you put brakes on a car, when you replace the brakes, you get an adjuster and it's all the way down like this, okay? When you put the drum on, you turn the adjuster and you adjust it until the drum just touches, or the brake shoes just touch the inside of the drum. You hear, when you turn it, you hear it just barely touching, and that way your brakes are adjusted properly. Now, some people might adjust it till you just hear that noise and then back it off like a few clicks, because they don't want it touching, especially if you're in like a drag race car, and they believe that if the brakes are rubbing like that, you could lose a few seconds or a few tenths of a second at the end of the drag strip. But those cars aren't driven on the street, they're drag cars. But the correct way to do it is to tighten it until you just hear the brake shoe just barely touching the drum on the inside. That way you've got the minimum amount of distance. When you press that brake pedal, those brakes engage immediately. Well, these didn't, because they were both going the wrong direction. But what I'm trying to say here is, when you put these on and you adjust the brakes, you have to literally turn them backwards to adjust the brakes, okay? So whoever did this brake job on this car, when they did the right front brake and the left rear brake, they had to adjust these adjusters backwards in order to get them to adjust properly, okay? You don't have a clue that, okay, there's two of these on the car on opposite sides, and I'm having to turn them backwards to get the brakes to adjust properly. That doesn't, like, or turn on a light bulb in your head going, oh, oh, there's a problem here. Maybe they're wrong. No, they don't care. And this is what makes mechanics look bad, is when you see crap like this on a car. There's no excuse for it. There's no reason for it. If you're a good mechanic, you'll catch this. And I'm glad I did, because I would hate to get a phone call about this car being smashed into a tree or the back end of another car or whatever, because the brakes failed going down the road because these adjusters were installed wrong. I mean, it's literally a 5-minute fix to take them off and switch them. But fortunately, except for him, he's got disc brakes in the front now. So I only got to put the right front adjuster on the left rear, and it'll be correct. I went and ordered new ones today, but now I've got the correct one. So now I'll take the correct one and put it on the left rear here and adjust it. And once we get the new shoes in, because the other ones are cracked, we'll replace the shoes. And this thing, I'll basically have brand new brakes, and they'll be correct, and they'll be safe. So guys, if you're doing this, if you're doing work like this, please double check yourselves. Please pay attention to what you're doing. The last thing you want to do is to get somebody hurt or get a car damaged. You know, you don't want to get anybody killed in an accident because the brakes fail on an old car. And these cars, they're heavy. They weigh a lot. And if they're ever run into one of these modern tin cans people drive around in, you're going to crush somebody. So, you know, the last thing you need is for your shop to be sued, because the insurance company takes the car to their shop and they do an investigation on it and find out that the brake adjusters are in the wrong spot, and then you get sued over it. So pay attention to what you're doing. Don't be stupid, and watch. Be very careful. I'm glad I caught this for the guy. You know, I just want to let you guys know this is going on. This, like I said, this gives mechanics and car restorer guys a bad name, because you got cars like this. I hope to God I don't find anything else wrong with this car, but it kind of seems to me like whoever put this car together really didn't give a shit about it. And they just basically wanted to throw it together and put it for sale and get rid of it, which is not the way you want to sell a classic car. But I caught it. It's good now. It'll be all right. So please pay attention to what you're doing if you're working on these cars. You know, if you're working on something like this, take a little extra time, check extra stuff for the guy, because you might just save him from destroying his car. So anyhow, just wanted to let you guys know. I appreciate you watching. I'm going to keep working on this thing. I got to do the master cylinder now and get all that tied together, put the brake pedal in and all that. So we'll keep making videos on it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.